Okay, seventh graders, today we are going to begin our Roots program, and I want to make sure you know how the system works, and I'm here to help you today look at a chapter and see how to best annotate the page and highlight the page so that you're ready for the Roots quiz each week. First of all, you're going to be given a book, and this is one copy that we give you each year. If you lose this, or if it gets annihilated and just torn up in your backpack, you'll have to buy a new one for $10 at the bookstore. So right now, what I need you to do is to write your name. I'm going to write my name at the top. You write your name at the top, don't write mine, so that if you do misplace it, it can come back to you, okay? So just write your name at the top. The next thing I want to mention is that in your Roots book, you have chapters, and there's main roots for each chapter. And it goes all the way through, halfway through this Roots program that we do. In seventh grade, it goes from A and An all the way to Low G. And so you have all these roots all the way through, and we get to Low G by the end. And then in eighth grade, you start at the next root all the way to Z. Okay, so you do half the program in seventh grade and then the other half into eighth grade. And so this is a 2-year program, and we're going to start it today. First of all, a chapter is going to have a main root. And then all the words within that chapter will have that main root in it. And then it'll also have perhaps sometimes other roots. So like this word here, agnostic, has A and N, which means not in this particular word. And then there's also the root nos, to know. So what I'd like you to do right now is to go ahead and highlight all the new roots for the week, which is A and N, nos, arch, ekdodos, him, esthet, homo, and then turn the page. Onim, sim, meter, and the. And if you add all of those up, this week there are 11 roots that you will be quizzed over. Okay, now let's go back to the first page, and we're going to go through this together. Okay, first of all, A and N means not without. So in the word agnostic, you have 2 roots, A meaning not and nos meaning to know. It's a noun. I want you to circle that. And then underline the definition. One who does not know whether there is a God. Notice I'm not highlighting all of that, because once you highlight everything, nothing seems important. So I'm circling and underlining in just a regular pen or pencil. So this is a person who does not know whether there's a God. And so sometimes roots can help you understand the meaning of the word. And you can even look at the roots and kind of discern that and know that without even maybe knowing the definition. If you just know the roots, you can guess at the meaning of a word. So now we look at this sentence. The agnostic admitted he was still searching for the truth. And so this sentence is really important, because that's how the roots are tested. You will not match the word to the definition on the test. You will have to put the word into a sentence. So it's a little bit higher level thinking, where you have to know the definition well enough to use the word. Now over here, we're going to draw just a simple picture. Today I'm going to just draw a bunch of question marks to help me remember that an agnostic is a person who is still questioning and doesn't know yet if there's a God. Now we'll go to anarchy. An means without, and arch is ruler. So if you looked at the literal definition, it's without a ruler, but over time it's become known as the noun that means political disorder and confusion. This is what happens when there is no ruler. So these words have transformed. Originally they might have meant literal meanings of roots, but over time, when it's gone from Latin to, French and to English or something, it evolved into this current definition, political disorder and confusion. The kingdom revolted and anarchy reigned over the land. Now I'm going to draw a crown, and I'm going to put an X through it, or a slash through it, and then anarchy reigns. Okay, now I'm such an artist. Your pictures can be more beautiful, or they can be as simple as this. Okay, the next word is anecdote. An meaning not and ekdotos. Now originally this word meant that stories were not given out. But now it's a noun that really means stories that are given out. A short account of some interesting or humorous incident. And I like to write the word story above it. This is when a speaker or a teacher will tell a story just to keep your interest. The teacher used anecdotes to make the lecture more interesting. And so I'm going to draw like a teacher over here speaking, okay, and my lovely stick figure. And I'm going to draw like a speech bubble, and she's telling a story. We always love to have teachers tell stories and get off topic, but this teacher, she loves telling anecdotes, which are stories that are given out. Okay, anemia. This is a medical condition. It's not literally without blood or you'd be dead, okay? So it's a noun that means a deficiency of red blood cells. So hem means blood. And with anemia, I'm going to draw a picture of like a medical slide under a microscope, and a normal red blood cells are, you know, kind of spaceship shaped sorts, saucer shaped things, and they are plentiful. Okay, they have many red blood cells. And a person with anemia has just a few. It's kind of scantily produced, and then they don't have a very good immune system. They need those red blood cells. So what doctors often do for girls that suffer from anemia is that they'll give them like an iron supplement, and it helps cure the anemic person. Okay, so anemia in this sense is a noun. Anemic would be an adjective, but it's being used as a noun here. Anesthetic. Okay, literally it means without feeling. And that's kind of what happens when you give a drug called an anesthetic so that someone can be insensitive to pain. And it's like when you're at the dentist office and they give you a shot so that they can drill into your tooth or pull your tooth without you coming out of the chair crazy with pain. So it's an adjective. Now in this case, an anesthetic often helps doctors perform. It's used as a noun as well. Okay, so in this sense, it's used as a noun. So I'm going to just draw the word, or write the word pain, and I'm going to draw a line through it, because an anesthetic gets rid of that pain. All right, anomaly. You don't see the root homo in anomaly. Sometimes that H will go silent and then the O drops, but I promise it's there in the origin of the word. So it literally means not the same. It's a noun. It means a rare exception, something that is not normal. There's no greater anomaly than a normal teacher. That's kind of funny because we're all weird. But I'm going to draw like a dog. This is such a lovely dog. And he's only going to have 3 legs. Okay, this lovely dog of mine. Don't make fun of my dog, he'll cry. Okay? He has 3 legs. So seeing a 3-legged dog would be abnormal. Having no tests in 1 week at school would be an anomaly. It wouldn't be normal. Not having roots on a Friday would be an anomaly. So there are many ways in which you can think of things that aren't normal, okay? Something that's an exception to the rule. Okay, now let's turn the page and do the last 3 words on the back of the page. Anonymous. I think you know what anonymous means. It's literally without a name, but it's an adjective that means having an unknown or unacknowledged name. She preferred to remain anonymous to protect her privacy. And so I draw a person here and a face, and I'm going to put a big question mark because we don't know her name. Okay, asymmetrical is a cool word because it has 3 roots in it. I'm going to ask you to cross out asymmetric because that will confuse you. On the test, the answer will be asymmetrical, and on the exercise, it'll be asymmetrical. So it's an adjective that literally means not having both sides exactly alike, not symmetrical. When you measure them, they're not together in measurement, okay? So I think of asymmetrical, one being high and low. She was wild and liked to shock others with her asymmetrical clothes. I have a shirt where the front is shorter than the back. I have a skirt that's also designed that way. Some people have hairdos like that. So I'm going to draw kind of a wonky hairdo where it's short in the front on one side and long on the other. And this person likes her hair asymmetrical, okay? Atheist is somewhat like the agnostic. It actually has the root the in it, which means God, but it's actually a noun. When the person denies the existence of God, they are without God. They know God does not exist. And so the atheist did not believe school officials should lead students in prayer. So I'm going to just write God and draw a line through it, okay? So you have these 11 roots now, and we're going to practice a little bit. So you're going to make flashcards each week. And I made mine on paper. I like index cards. I like the being able to take them with me easily places. And you write the root on one side and the meaning on the other. So sim meant together. Ekdodos is given out. Anan, not without. The, God. Onim, name. Meter, measure. Him, blood. Arch, ruler. Nos, to know. Homo, same. Aesthet, feeling. So that's 11 cards. Now you need to make these cards every week. Now you can do it on card, you know, these little index cards, or you could do it on Quizlet. I'm checking these when you come back to school from the weekend, okay? So I'm checking to make sure you have your 11 cards, whatever format you choose. Now, these roots don't go away the whole year. They'll be on this quiz, and they could possibly be on every quiz the rest of the year. So like in May, you could have a set on the quiz, plus all the roots the whole year. It's cumulative, okay? They don't go away. Now the words go away. All right, so now I'm going to show you the roots exercise. Let me pull up my phone here and show you on the computer. So when you go on the portal, allow me to log in here. When you go on the portal, go to load it,